What's the word with y'all boys, man? We back with another video. You feel me? Hey, but look, you know what I'm saying? I added some more stuff to my background. I still got a little something to hang right here. I still got to order. I'm finna put like a little Tupac poster back there, a little small one. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. We making these upgrades. But yeah, back to the subject. Today we reacting to how Speed destroyed Ashton Hall's reputation. So if you don't know, a little cover, basically like a little cover on it. Speed and Ashton Hall raced. Ashton Hall got his ass whooped badly, bro. 4-0. Yeah, and y'all know what Ashton Hall's reputation is. Him being a fit ass motherfucker. So yeah, let's get straight to it though.
For a brief moment, Ashton Hall looked like he was about to be the next fitness influencer who was about to rise to superstar status. With his unique morning routine and regular videos of his workouts, the 29-year-old amassed 17.4 million followers on Instagram alone, most of which joined him on his journey in the past couple of months. Along the way, he portrayed himself as a superhuman athlete, capable of showing off crazy feats that made it seem like no man on earth could outgrind him. But there are a few.
Bro, but why does he got that thing on his head though, bro? What the fuck? And where were all these masked men whenever he got ran up on in the mall?
There are a few things in the world that are more dangerous than letting your ego get ahead of you.
All paid actors.
After facing off with one of the biggest streamers in the world in a contest he felt certain he would win, Ashton Hall is facing the consequences of a huge miscalculation. In the process, he might have gone past the point of return when it comes to his image.
Ashton fraud in the chat. Ashton fraud in the chat. It ain't Ashton Hall, it's Ashton fraud, man. Don't play, bro.
It's your boy Luesta, and today we're diving into the story of Ashton Hall and how a few bad choices cost him the world of respect in a matter of seconds. For a little while, there was no one riding high on social media, nor commanding as many comments or clicks as Ashton Hall. Built around ASMR morning routine videos, Ashton's commitment to this seemingly unobtainable schedule and work ethic drew people in. Whether he was dunking his face in Saratoga water several times a day,
I do wonder though,
rubbing
does he
banana
actually
peels on
do
his
this
skin, or wearing
routine?
a full-on suit at his desk in an apartment, the videos left people baffled.
Or is this shit just for the cam?
So looking at it, bro, we gotta go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
Immediately, the comments let him have it. I'm not saying this doesn't take discipline. I'm a lot more impressed by the dad of 2+ kids who meal preps on Sunday and gets to the gym 5 to 6 days a week while working a full-time job. What you showed me here is a dude with no responsibilities rubbing a banana peel on his face. And while it inspired many copycats, Ashton's particular brand of insane drive hit a level of virality that most could aspire to. But this was by design, as Ashton knew the power of rage baiting. For example, his videos were packed with small, strange moments that made people do a double take. Things like eating a watermelon midway through shooting jump shots, or diving into a pool and staying in the air for 4 minutes. And through all these quotables and bizarre inclusions, he basically became a profitable living meme. Soon, he was playing into the joke.
I kid you not, bro. I was really in the air for 4 minutes.
Yes, I understand. Mr. Beast is very successful. I start waking up at like 50 a.m. He's gonna do at least 10 billion, bro.
And when explaining how it all went down, he conceded that it was to maximize discussion.
One I thought was really interesting was
when you jumped
in the air or you dived into the pool and the time changed for like 4 minutes.
So when I jumped in the pool, all right, and I don't know if we're gonna put this one out there, all right, because I haven't spoke on this one, but when I jumped in the pool, I see my editor editing, right, and I'm just like, I'm watching it, my guy Corona, and I'm like, you know what, go back, change the timestamp, make it 4 minutes, because I want them to comment. It's just a joke, it's funny, you get what I'm saying?
And it's
that's how you get more views, more comments, more views. Smart.
But when I posted it on my page, it got over 100 million views, like 150. And then Twitter posted it, I think it got almost 1 billion views, one of the most viewed videos on Twitter.
Yeah.
And that was like the main highlight. But it's funny, when I posted on my page, people weren't really talking about it like that. But yeah, there's a couple fillers that we put in there that's a joke.
For those on the outside looking in, Ashton's rise to fame probably seemed like it happened in a matter of weeks, but it actually took a long time to get there before stumbling onto his formula. In his estimations, it's been about 5 years since he started creating content.
So you're making content for, this would be 4 or 5 years?
I'm going on 5 years, but it's 4 right now.
And that he figured out the cheat code with ASMR videos about his daily routine.
Since I've been posting the ASMR videos, you know what ASMR is, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
sound-
Hey, you
sound
gotta
design.
stay down
Yeah, I
till you
was
come
posting
up,
the
man.
ASMR videos, and people just had so many comments about my day. And anyone can do that. Anyone can post an ASMR video with no sound that's, I would say, 60 seconds to 2 minutes. And if you have enough clips in there and you post what your actual routine is, people are going to have stuff to say. They're going to comment a lot.
After leaving college following a faltering football career, Ashton lost his purpose and floated from odd jobs before finding it once more in the gym. From there, he worked as an LA fitness manager before COVID shutdowns led him to losing his job. But this was just the beginning of a new career as an online coach, which has led to major bags and even a deal with Muscle Tech. Now that he was living a lavish life and the entirety of the internet had something to say about him, whether it was positive or negative, Ashton wasted little time in dispersing advice online on how he got
I ain't
there.
gonna lie, his
From
build
failed
is
football
crazy,
prospect to furniture mover and eventual online fitness
No
coach,
bullshit.
Ashton may have thought that his lifestyle would have made him an aspirational figure, but that hasn't stopped him from getting frequently roasted online.
Bro, this nigga woke up at 3 a.m. and spent 6 hours doing
nothing.
bullshit.
Facts.
Bro, let's analyze this shit, bro. This is 3 a.m.
Crazy that shit. I ain't never seen no nigga put no motherfucking duct tape off his mouth.
No bullshit.
After years of trying to attain the fame that he saw as the next logical step for his brand, Ashton showed signs of being a viable star rather than a flash in the pan. As his follower increase skyrocketed, his use of the brand and his ice dunks raised searches for Saratoga water by 120%, with the
Isn't
chief marketing
Saratoga his
officer
brand?
declaring that he's clearly meticulous in what he does and cares about his entire health. The fact that Saratoga water plays a role in that is amazing, but it hasn't always been plain sailing.
Could've
After
sworn
his
that was
initial
his
buzz
brand.
online, some people who dealt with him, such as a website designer named Dan Alves, claimed that this dude hired me in 2023 to consult for his brand. He is so broke and stupid. He then posted receipts of text messages where he accused him of not paying for invoices. Then, photos of an alleged eviction notice surfaced online, suggesting his apparent wealth was all part of a big facade. Despite the evidence to
Hey.
the contrary,
Now it ain't part of no facade though.
Ashton has still
how
been
that shit
flexing
work,
cash
bro.
to
You
the
gotta
point
fake it
that
till
he
you make
claims
it.
he doesn't know precisely what he's worth.
I don't have 50 million.
Okay, you gotta get to 50.
Really?
You did 20, you gotta get to 50, bro.
Wait, how much do you have? Wait, that was weird. Well, you can give me a range. Can I guess? You say higher or lower?
Cash? We
Yeah.
still counting.
Okay.
Still counting.
Okay.
And his revenue streams have only expanded, with Ashton claiming he's actively turning down money when it doesn't align with his values.
There's a lot of opportunities that we've had. I've turned down millions. I don't even want to put a number to it. Within the last 6 weeks, we turned down so much money. And it's just because it didn't sit right. I pray before anything that I get into, and it's just, I have clear answers. If it's a no-brainer, we do it. If it's not, we just don't. And that just comes from faith. It got to a point where I
I
just
like that.
stopped looking at my DMs. Yeah. But I've had people wanting to
He
wire
seems like
me
a
$1
cool
million
guy, I
that
can't
same
lie.
day. And that's just up front to start business.
Like he
Same
seems
day,
like a
$1
chill
million
guy. Like the way he
turned out,
talks.
Despite
seems
all
chill.
of this, it seems like nothing could bring Ashton down. No matter what meme that made him a laughingstock or what accusation they threw his way, Hall's audience just kept getting bigger and bigger. And clearly, he felt untouchable, not knowing that a streamer was seconds away from destroying his entire persona. If you're on the internet on a regular basis and you're under the age of 35, you likely know who ishowspeed is. Among the most
35.
popular streamers today, this Ronaldo-obsessed gamer became a multi-millionaire while he was still in his teens, and has continued to rack up accolades ever since. But one interesting thing about Speed is that his name actually fits him. He's consistently proven to be a standout athlete.
You doing all of that, but you can't do this, though. You can't do that, though.
Over time, he said and even considered getting into athletics, claiming that he wanted to compete in the 2028 Olympics.
2028, I'll be running in the Olympics for sure. I'm gonna do 100 meter and 50 meters, and maybe 200.
And while this seems like a crazy goal for someone who's never competed professionally, it's fair to say that it's not exactly impossible when you see how he can run. After all, he didn't embarrass himself against the literal fastest man in the world in Noah Lyles.
You saying Bolt faster?
That was a tie.
Let's watch the video.
That was a tie.
Where's the video?
Was that not a tie? That was a tie. I'm the fastest man alive.
Although he didn't win, it was indeed a lot closer than many people expected. Meanwhile, for all his big talk, Ashton's credentials are a little less impressive. For one thing, his most fearsome competition in a race was DJ Khaled.
Oh, fuck no, bruh. Oh, big ass motherfucker. God damn, like, bro, put a shirt on, gang. What the fuck? That shit look like you wearing it.
And while he's been spotted running before, he's lied about his pace previously. For example, he's recently claimed to run a 4.21 second 40-yard dash in the Jackson Jaguars' 2025 schedule release video. But that's complete BS for a few reasons. Mainly because the fastest official NFL combined time is 4.22, and Hall's never come close to proving that kind of speed in any legit setting. Along the way, he's been putting on a show, pretending that he's faster than actual vehicles and even dogs, adding just enough theatrics to make it all seem a little bit more believable. Even if
the dogs had to
footage
slow down
told
for
a
his
vastly
ass.
different story.
The dogs are slowing down for his
at
ass.
least 24, 25 mph, miles per hour.
Then there's the small matter of his credentials as a college football player, or more accurately, the lack thereof. Over the course of his entire career, he boasts just 6 carries and 8 yards. Since rising to fame, he's also come under scrutiny over his physique, as he claims he's natural.
Fully natural. I barely take protein. There's no need. I'm 29. I gotta show you guys how I looked at 17 and 18. Like, my high school football coaches thought I was on steroids then. We've just been grinding for years, bro.
But this was something the fitness world, especially people like Greg Doucette, the natty or not expert, picked up on right away.
And so what really shocked me is that people can't see right through this. You really think this guy dropped 17% body fat, all the while adding 20 pounds of muscle while being natural, doing toe touches, jumps, and hit cardio? And do you really think that's how he really trains in the real world? He looks like Superman chasing a train. He looks like Ben Johnson, only with double the muscle and more athletic, faster than half the guys in the NFL, all while doing hit cardio? Really? And so what are my conclusions? My conclusions are this. I believe the guy was natural up to the age of 23 and developed a world-class physique, and then decided, hey, I want to push my physique to the next level. I'm going to go on PDs, not tell anyone about it. I'm going to make a mind-blowing transformation. I'm going to go from 25% to 9% in 6 months while adding 20 pounds of muscle in a year. And I'll keep it going, and in 3 years goes from 183 to 218 pounds while staying shredded the entire time. And not only that, actually getting leaner.
Even with all these little red flags.
3 years, that's a lot. That's a long time, bro. 3 years? It's a short and long time for different reasons.
Ashton would have avoided ever having to prove what his real credentials were. But what he once saw as an opportunity to perhaps further his career turned into anything but when his ego got ahead of itself. And soon, he'd lose everything over the course of a few short sprints. When it comes to how Ashton Hall and Speed's ill-fated race actually happened,
the thing is, he's carrying a lot of weight. The streamer
checked out some footage of the new social media phenomenon and figured he can outpace him.
Race Ashton Hall? Chad, if y'all think I'll lose a race to Ashton Hall, y'all gotta be smoking. Y'all gotta be smoking.
Things then intensified when Ashton spoke to Aiden Ross about the prospect of a race, insisting that he would win despite Aiden's warnings.
You need to race ishowspeed.
I'm ready.
You should actually race Speed. I think he'd win though. He's really fast, bro.
I'm ready.
Would you think you could beat him?
Come on.
I think Speed beats you. Bro, he beat Tyreek Hill. I mean, I think he could beat Tyreek Hill.
It depends what we race.
He beat Noah Lyles.
No, he didn't beat Noah.
Okay, but he was close.
Why are you lying? He did not beat Noah, but it was close though.
It was really close.
Impressed.
It was close to where that shouldn't have been that close.
I'm impressed. I think Speed is fast. I know he's athletic.
Yeah.
But he's not beating.
Then, the challenge was officially laid down, with Speed remaining as confident as ever that he would come out on top.
Chat, should I race Ashton Hall? I forgot to take some back.
You should do it. I put a parlay on it and all.
Who you got?
I got you, bro. I'm putting 10 bands on you.
Yeah, you better. Shit, if you don't, you losing your money. If you don't put money on me, you losing your money. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You been talking too much on the internet, bro. Let's race, man. Let's do it right now, bro. Chat, if he's actually Miami, I'd do it right now.
But through it all, Ashton insisted Speed would come up short.
Tell him that you changed your mind.
Ain't, bro, nobody changed my mind. Bro, I'm ready. Come on, bro. You ducking. You really acting like a chicken hall. I'm out bro.
This is not
Chicken
going to be a good look for you, brother.
No, it's not.
Put you on game.
On God. Okay, watch
You know
this.
you little
I ain't
bro,
gonna lie, I
you trying
think
to
whole
look out for
time
me.
Ashton Hall was a little nervous.
I
That's why he
promise-
keeps saying this
I
shit.
promise you, this about to look bad on you, bro. Hey, I'm good, G.
But Speed stood on business. All the while, Ashton claimed he was a come-up for him.
Don't come for big speed.
I might even stop messing with
I'm a demon. Who the you think you is, bro?
We ain't gonna be the routine no more. They're not gonna know me for Mr. Routine. We gotta come with something harder than that.
Chad, I'm about to end this man's career, bro.
But no matter what, Ashton's overconfidence persisted, even putting up some major money on what he thought was certain to be a victory.
Alright, how much did they
Go
put?
60.
Let's go 60.
I'll give you time.
We can do 60.
I'm ready right now. I ain't gotta warm up no
60
nothing.
bands?
But as the two limbered
God
up and got
damn.
ready, the eventual showdown was basically a victory lap for Speed.
It's time for me to expose Ashton Hall. Speed versus Ashton Hall.
They
Let's
need
get
flip.
this shit right. He's slow as He's slow as
He fell on his ass.
What I say?
What the fuck, bro? He did that shit on purpose too, bro.
Too slow. Stop playing with me, dude. Go.
Master Hall is fast as fuck for a size though.
As the video of the live stream began to do rounds in clip form online, people began flaming Ashton at every turn. This was something that Ashton was incapable of accepting. Worried that the videos of him losing the race would forever be flooded with comments about his loss, Ashton pushed for a rematch.
What's everybody
You scared because all your image is over with.
What's everybody saying?
All his Instagram image is over with. He not fast. You lost 3 times to me.
Come on.
You slow, my boy.
Why are you leaving?
Take
if
your
you're
L.
faster than me, why are you
Because
leaving?
I beat you 3 times.
Motherfucker like
And while Speed
these
is
though,
usually pretty
bro.
easygoing, it was clear that he was sick of him by the end of the exchange as he continued to bumble his way to another showdown. And clearly,
Even if you
Speed
were
had
to
enough
win
by
that
the
shit,
fourth
what the
time
fuck
that he
are you
left him in the
proving, bro?
dust.
You lost 3 times in a row. What the fuck?
Bye.
Clear.
And now y'all motherfucking feet hurt. For sure.
Now, you may be saying to yourself, so what? He lost the race, it's not that big of a deal. However, the problem wasn't that he came up short, but how he conducted himself afterwards that sent that carefully constructed public image he had built into pieces. From the outset, it was clear that those $1 million
take it
bags
out. God
were flashing
damn, what type
before
of
his
filter
eyes.
they got on this
As he
dude?
scrambled to save face, Ashton
fuck
began to
was
shoot
that?
himself some bail however he could.
Turns out, bro, beat me clearly 4 times fair and square. First time I slipped. Second time he clearly beat me. And I said, bro, run it back. And he ran it back. The third time it was a tie, everybody was saying.
But the fact remains that where Speed had literally got tattooed that day, he did genuinely prepare for the race. And after realizing how easily he was bested by Speed, who
tattooed
leads
that
a
day,
vastly
too? That's
different
crazy.
lifestyle to him, people couldn't help but laugh at how ineffective it all was. All them routine and sprinting videos to get cooked by a guy who watches Ronaldo highlights and plays video games all day. But what was
That's
also
not
telling
why,
in
like,
terms
he
of how
doesn't
people view
run
Ashton is that once the world got a
Bruh,
glimpse of him losing,
sometimes, bruh.
everyone seemed to collectively rejoice. Just look at the
Not how,
reaction
like,
of
you don't
Phantom.
train for a look, at least a look.
Alongside cheering Speed on, he would be among the many people who dismissed the idea of a tie in the third race that Ashton was trying to put forward. Soon, Kai got involved too, posting a post-match analysis with Speed, which was basically just a mockery of Hall and his excuses.
He was trying to win at least one.
If he would have won one, he would have took that to the moon. He wanted to get that one clip of beating me. He wanted it so bad.
That one high quality ass.
That
Need to
one
post that shit on
high-quality-
Instagram, no bullshit.
Yeah,
He was waiting for an Instagram clip.
And as if Speed's fellow streamers getting involved wasn't enough, the victory was also co-signed by the fastest man in history, Usain Bolt, on Instagram. And while this must have all stung, the real issue for Ashton was that
Oh,
people who
sick.
pay his bills, social media users, thought he was a laughingstock for how he handled it. He lost all his aura in one video. Speed literally tried to warn him. Bro couldn't take an L, so he took 4. I love how Ashton's whole crew was quiet as fuck. And soon, they'd be proven right. At every step of the way since it all went down, Ashton has been going out sad.
The next one, when you swipe, it's gonna be a side shot with me in the front. I'm gonna try to get him out of the frame though. You're gonna see me running. You won't see him at all. You might see a piece, maybe of his little hair, of his forehead.
No.
It is what it is, bro. You won. You fast. You got that out of me, bro. Did I think today was gonna go how it went? Nah, I thought maybe at most you would barely beat me, and then I would get in your head again, and then I would win the second time. Because when people beat me, bro, I turn up legit. But bro, I just couldn't get in front of you.
And as predicted, his comments have become a hotbed for him to get trolled.
They keep saying 4-0. Brother, listen, I've taken way more than 4 L's. Matter of fact, put 1,000 in O. Put 1,000 in O.
And because the internet is forever, everyone is ensuring that his cocky words beforehand aren't going away and are coming back to bite him.
The thing is, like, I can't even just beat him. I gotta demolish him. Like, it doesn't even count if I just barely beat him, bro. We gotta demolish him.
A few moments later.
You win some, you lose some. At the end of the day, if it was an easy race, I wouldn't have raced him.
That boy got 4 zips, bro. He was talking all this too. That's tough.
I should have gotten straight in the gym and took that junk serious. So if I could change anything, I would have taken training serious. But at the same time, I'll tell you guys this. He doesn't train for real, bro. It was just fast.
Between all of his catastrophic coping, the viewers lost the last remnants of respect for him. As while you could argue that Speed put the nail in his coffin, his inability to handle the L is anything but appealing to viewers, and has meant that he's decimated his own image. Speed didn't ruin Ashton Hall's career, his ego did. He's not a loser for losing the race, but because he can't take a loss,
his career isn't ruined.
now days removed from what went down, it's clear that the loss remains the focal point of his entire world.
His career isn't ruined from this. I forgot to react to this. I haven't seen this one yet.
We fell short, but I'm gonna keep going.
Suddenly, a man who was attempting to portray himself as a pillar of masculinity instead appears to be as insecure as anyone else. And when he watched how he dealt with it, Speed could barely believe his eyes.
He's crying? Bro, ain't no way he actually lived like this, bro. Ain't no way he actually lives like this, bro.
Now he do.
All of this
Boy, he get money now.
Now facing the prospect of being defined by this loss, some
bro, I
commentators
fall on
are
your
already
ass,
declaring
bro.
his career dead on arrival.
Ashton Hall, he greatly underestimated ishowspeed. After all, it's in the name, speed. And so the reason he ended his career isn't the fact that he beat him 4 times in a row. It's the way Ashton Hall pressured him, spoke cockily, saying he was going to dust him, and that he couldn't accept defeat graciously. He kept making excuses.
And while it might seem a little premature, there's certainly something to be said for it affecting how he can interact with other creators. As not only was it a miscalculation from a brand standpoint, but how much he antagonized a prominent figure like Speed won't be good for his reputation among streamers.
I actually met Ashton Hall about a couple months ago, like 2 months
Fresh
ago.
start, hold on.
And we spoke a little bit, seemed pretty cool, and I mentioned him coming on the podcast. Now, obviously speaking, he's doing his thing, he's up there, getting massive clout, I understand.
Is that the same dude from Fresh and Fit?
Cocky and arrogant.
Or am I tweaking? I ain't gonna, bro, I be my own lane, I dead ass don't know, but
I guarantee you,
I heard something about that.
Thing with Speed because he lost
heard
the race.
something about that, or them breaking up or something like that.
So that right there is
the I don't know though.
You lost to the biggest streamer in the world, and not just that, it's like one of the only clips that you can find of Speed being that mad, and it's attached to his career forever. That alone is pretty detrimental.
As a result, people believe Speed was the only one that came out on top.
Ashton Hall made it big because this is more than a routine. Amazing work. Listen, props to him. That was impactful. The problem is that, like, when you do that one type of stuff, you need to stay relevant. Now, I know people say all the time networking is this and that, but when it comes to networking,
only one guy says that.
I don't know.
Focus on building relationships because this right here with Speed is bad. Speed is the #1 streamer in the world. To come at him this way and say, "Oh, bro, I beat you in a race. You're lying," dude. Speed was irate. She was like, "Yo, bro, I brought you on my stream. We did a collaboration. Now you want to lie and say you beat me in a race? Come on, bro." So this right here, bro, is a huge help because now Speed is telling his chat, Ashton fraud in the chat. That's crazy, bro.
And as for Ashton, he just keeps digging a hole, revealing that after the race, he unfollowed Speed.
I followed Speed now for like maybe a year or so, right? Right when we called each other out, right when it became a thing, like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I knew in my head, I'm like, okay, we're actually for sure gonna race, right? So I'm drawing up the story. I'm a director. I love this, bro. This is what I do. Like, so for me, I'm like, yo, it needs to look like there's smoke. I need to draw the story. No, I'm not gonna follow this dude. We're not friends. Because if I follow him, it looks friendly. Even people in the chat were saying, yo, this is staged, bro. So in my head, I'm like, it doesn't look right. I'm following him. Let me just unfollow. That was a week ago. I unfollowed him. I didn't unfollow him after the stream. That would be.
Can we fact check that? Can we fact check if he actually followed him a week before or after?
Weird.
And while some are claiming that he's suing Speed or that the loss caused him to lose a deal with Nike, none of that is verifiable. Naturally, that's a very bad look, even on the off chance it is true. But so is acting hurt about the trash talk you actively took part in.
I forgot he did lose a deal, bro. That's tough,
Dang,
bro.
What? Bro was going in. Bro called me everything. Came here to race, bro. That's it. I don't have any pride when it comes to somebody calling me out my name, bro. Like, I'm not tripping. Like, I like to tell my team all the time, somebody can spit in my face, bro. I'm not gonna pop off. I'm not. I have too much to
crazy,
lose.
Bro.
Or asking for rematches even as the world wants you to move on. Despite the fact that he is being mocked by the entire world these days, Ashton insists he is going nowhere, and that this is merely motivation to achieve more.
I'm absolutely not going quiet, bro. You guys are gonna hear from me 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? You win some, you lose some. I lost terribly 4 times. Never ran.
Not only did you lose those, you lost your deal, but with Nike, bro.
Because if you can't get them back on board,
that's a
you're
huge
done.
loss.
And at the moment, being the loser in this race is
sorry,
what he's
so
best
everybody
known
bounced
for.
back for some.
I saw the race.
No, you know he felt embarrassed by that
Ashton fully
shit.
admits that he regrets it, and that's understandable. Because in one ego-driven misadventure, he turned all of the positive momentum into dust.
Dang, if I could just go back, I would change. You know how you wish that you did a million things different? This is one of those moments, bro.
And clearly, he's struggling to move on, with Ashton now suddenly uploading videos of him boxing as an attempt to explore another avenue to compete with Speed.
We can run it right now. We can run it right now.
Things he moved too stiff and slow for it because he's
Blemish on his
big.
blossoming career, Ashton Hall has to
Too
reinvent
big to
himself
move
and move
fast
on,
in boxing.
because otherwise, he's got about as much hope of being a continued viral success as he would have of beating most high-level sprinters in a race. So, Ashton, it's time to pick yourself up and work out a plan to combat the negative image of a man with a wounded ego that you built for yourself. Perhaps maybe you can sleep on it instead of getting up at 3 a.m. every night, because clearly that isn't giving you the superhuman
Technically 4
powers
a.m.
we thought it was. It's your boy Luesta, and I'll
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We made it to the end of the video, so if you made it through the end of the video with me, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. No bullshit. So if you're new, like, subscribe, comment down below what you want me to react to next. You feel me? But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Like I was saying though, Ashton Hall's career isn't like completely over. It's just, you know what I'm saying, a little setback. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got setbacks, and most of the time, everybody comes back from them. So yeah, we'll see how this really keeps going, keeps progressing or degressing. But yeah, it's like a good video. We really learned a lot of lore behind old buddy Ashton Hall. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I got a couple more videos to react to, and we on a little time schedule right now. So shit, I'll catch you on the next one, man. No, or hopefully I catch you on my next video, depending on you. And yeah, after saying all that though, we out. Peace.